Okay, so today we're going to continue with this law section. Okay, so the first one for today is 场. 场 means open wide or review. Open wide or review. Like 场衣露胸, that means you open your jacket and reveal your chest. 敞着门, that means you kept the door open. Okay. So the original meaning is that you build a tall mount and to make a platform so that you can stand tall, stand high, and observe. So that's the original meaning. So let's look at the how this character is built. You see, so there's a on the left hand side. There's looks like a house. Okay, and then on the top, that's two little things. That means you are making the top flat. And the right hand side, basically, it's a hand, holding a tool, holding some kind of tool, to make a platform. Because that's the original meaning of the character. But then later on, to mean like open, wide open. Okay, because you have to stand high and in a wide open space to observe. So then it later to become a character to mean wide open. 场, okay. 是, this one, the original meaning is used as take off, like unfasten, loosen up, let it go kind of thing, release. So that's the original meaning. Okay, and then from there, extend to mean release. And from release, it means to mean pardon, to give up or abandon, to disappear, melt, avoid, even get rid of, that sort of release. So basically, to mean that you are like break off with something and let it go. That's the general meaning of this character 是. Okay, and in a lot of different contexts that means a little, somewhat differently. And it also mean Shakyamuni, which is Buddha, right? Name of the Buddha for short. Okay, use 是, and then in Chinese, they use this 是 as for the followers of Shakyamuni, for basically the Buddhist monks. So let's look at the character. So this one, so this is saying like you are distinguish something through detective work or through observation. Okay. And so you can see that there's a big eye. There's an eye on the top, and then some kind of tool right there, maybe to help observation. And then on the left hand side, I don't know what that thing is, but looks like it maybe to say like you are trying to tell what it is from observation. And so this is, if you look at the very old character, see that's the eye on the top, right? And then looks like their hands, holding up something. But now it simplifies and it kind of looks like this. Okay, 是 Mao. Mao is spear, lance, or pike. This is a weapon. Okay, this is a very long, with a long stick. It's an ancient weapon. Okay, to charge at people or throw at people. Okay, so Mao, and that's literally it's a picture of Mao. You see, okay, it's a picture of Mao. So that's the metal part, right? So this part means the tassel, the tassel part. Okay, that's the metal pointy tip to attack. Okay, so this is a Mao. Yeah, and then they start later and later. They changed a little bit. Okay, Mao. And in Chinese, there's a phrase called Mao Dun. Dun means, which is the next character. Dun means shield. So Mao means spear. Dun means shield. So Mao and Dun, it's they go against each other, right? One is for attack. The other one is for defense. And so they put these two characters together to mean contradiction. Okay, contradiction. So Dun, which is this one, is the shield or shield-shaped things. Okay, so if you look at the characters, this one literally, it's a picture of a shield. See, this is exactly a picture of ancient shield. Okay, and then of course later they star it to looks like this. Mao Dun. Okay, next one, Po. So Po is cut open, split open. Because it's split open, later they use it to mean analyze. Basically, you take apart the thing and look at what it is, right? Try to figure out exactly how it works inside. So this Po. Okay, and they also means honesty or earnest. Why is that? Because you are open. Open your heart, right? Open your heart to face other person. That means you're honest, you're sincere. Okay. So this is Po, and this character. Let's look at it. You see, there's a knife on the right hand side, right? And then on the left hand side, this left hand side is that part is called a Po. So Po means to represent its sound. Okay, the left hand side means its sound. At the same time, this Po has a meaning of they don't match each other. Okay. So they don't come together, which means the two parts, they don't come together. That's what the Po means. And so you use a knife to cut it open, and then this two part, they don't go together. So that's just the original meaning of this character, how this character is built. So this is the po. 层 originally this is mean a storied building. So later it means layer, stratum, tier, step. So anything has a layer or anything has steps, you use this character to call them. Okay, and then it also means overlapped or repeatedly. Okay, so for example, you can categorize a thing into a hierarchical structure, and then you can call it, the upper part is called 上层, the lower part called 下层. Okay, and then of course the a storied building you will call 一层, 两层, 三层, right? And then it's also a measure, unit of measure, right? For example, if you put down a one coat of paint, you call it 一层漆, If you want 3 coats of paint, you will call 刷3层漆. Okay, and then and also means like some abstract things, like the thought. You can say 想得进一层, so that means you are thinking further, like order of consequences, like something like that. Okay, so this is 层. Let's look at the character itself. So in ancient times, so this is, so the bottom part, that means that a multi-storied building, and then they put a person like sitting on top of it to mean that the people are living in this kind of multi-storied building. Okay, so this is how this original character is built. 层. Bo means pair, cut apart, divide, and then fall off. Okay, that's the first meaning. Basically, you are peel it off, like cut it open, peel it off. And further to mean exploitation or rob. Okay. So let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see there's a knife on the side, and then there's a on the side is a bo. So this part, it represents the sound, but also represents its meaning. Okay, to mean like you are. This is left hand side. It looks like there's a tree that has a lot of like thorns. Okay, stick out, but you're using a knife to cut the thorn off, to mean cut it off, that kind of thing. So later to mean like anything that you peel the outer skin out, the outer layer off. Okay, so this is 剥. Now this character has a second pronunciation. It's called 包. So, well, 包 is a colloquial way of pronouncing the character, which specifically means peel, skin it off, skin something, or peel off. Okay, instead of like if when you say 剥, that means you might need a knife to cut it open and things like that. When you say 剥 is literally like you peel something off. Okay. Yeah, peel something off or open some pocket things like for example peanut butter, right? So if it's raw peanut butter, you have to crack the shell and open up and take the peanut out. And also like sweet peas, these kind of veggies, right? They have a pocket, so you have to open the pocket to get the bean itself, right? And also onions. If you want to peel onions layer by layer, you also use 包洋葱. Okay, so 茧 is cocoon. Cocoon, because silk is made out of cocoon, so sometimes they use this character to mean silk. The second meaning is mean callus. Is the thick skin that to form on your hands and feet, right? Because working too hard, so that's called the 茧. Also, it's the second meaning. Okay, so basically either it's the silk cocoon or the callus. So let's take a look. So this is so the original hands, see the first one, the left hand side, you see this is a silk, right? It's a string, like silk string. They kind of twined together. Okay, and then the right hand side. It looks like a cocoon, right? And the inside, it looks like silk is inside, and then so basically this is to mean the silk cocoon, and then later on to mean cocoons for any insects. Okay. 茧. All right, so let's take a look at that sentence. So 场式矛盾. What does it mean? 场式矛盾. 场 means open, right? Open wide. 式 means cut it open to analyze. So 场式 means like you open this matter up. So review everything, put everything on the table. 场式 and analyze. Analyze what? Analyze 矛盾, which analyze which part is contradict with each other, right? To come up as a conclusion of sort. Okay. 剖层剥茧. 剖层剥茧. 剖层, that means that means cut it open, right? Cut it open. So 剖层, that means you cut it layer by layer. Okay, you cut a layer off and then analyze, take a look at it, and cut another layer off and take a look. 剥茧, that means you are 剥茧 means you get the end of the silk, right? And then you keep unwrapping it, right? Until you get the very inside. So this is also means to mean that you are getting the insight of a complicated matter layer by layer, little by little, gradually, and finally get to see what's inside, right? And to know exactly what's going on. So this is a sentence is talking about in the justice system, the detective or the judge try to open up all these matters and layer by layer, little by little, to analyze and to get the bottom of it. Okay. 门 means moonlight, dim moonlight. It's describing the moonlight, the dim character of moonlight. Dusky, so hazy. Okay. that kind of situation, that kind of condition, called 门. And then this character is always mostly used with the next one, 朦胧. 朦胧, they always use together, 朦胧. It's very rare to use this character alone. Okay. Now from that hazy feeling, hazy condition, then further extend to mean ignorant or blind or deceiving. So it just means that you can't see it clearly, right? So 蒙. So this character on the left hand side is the 月. Okay, it's the character means moon. Okay, on the right hand side is a character called 蒙, and the 蒙 character means you cover up. Okay, that means cover up. And so this means that the moon has been covered by some cloud, so the light is not bright, very dim. So this is what this original character, how this original character is built. Okay, so next one is 龙. Again, 蒙 and 龙 always go together to mean dim moonlight. Okay. 季. 季 means first one means companion or fellow, which means that to belong to a group. That's the original meaning. Okay, and then later they mean specifically to mean female performers in a performing group. They perform dance, they perform singing, that kind of thing. Okay, but when you use that, so it means the same thing as the words, as the character that has the 女 left hand side. Okay, left part as a 女. Now it also means dancing performance or singing performance in general. Okay, and it also means any kind of skill in general. Okay, but specifically those kind of meaning, now they use a different character to mean that. Okay, so in ancient time they often kind of used interchangeably, but now usually they don't use this character. Okay, when they use this character, usually means that a fellow person. Okay. 计 两 计两. When this character reads as 两, it only happens in this character pair called 计两. Okay, and then 计两 means what? Means trick. Some kind of approach or some kind of measure or some kind of methods that is improper, illegal, to get whatever they want. Okay, and this is called 伎俩. Okay, so for example, 骗人的伎俩, that means you some kind of trick to fool people or to trick people. Okay, 伎俩. Okay, say this character, the second pronunciation, which is more common, is 俩. 俩 means two or several, a few or some. Okay, means that. So like 给他俩钱, that means give them some money. Okay, 然后比如说这种扣子1毛2几个, that means 1毛2, so 1毛2 that means you can use 10 cents to buy 2 buttons. Okay? 给他2钱, that means give him some money. Okay? So now when you look at this character, that's very simple because on the left hand side is a person. Okay, a person. And then on the right hand side is a word representing 2. Okay, representing 2. And this character basically, you have 2 water vessel container, they are over there side by side, 2 representing 2. So this is basically means 2 people. Okay, this character. So then further experiment to a few. Okay, so this is 俩. Ren means still, yet. For example, 人救, that means still. Still. The same as before. Okay. Let's take a look. So this is interesting. So this is a character, it looks like 2 people, okay? And one is walking in front, the other one is bending his waist and following. So to mean that you are following anything that happened before, so any customs, rules, whatever you are following. So doing the exact same thing. So that's, to extend to mean still and yet. Liu means stay. Stay, or ask somebody to stay, or to detain somebody, to arrest somebody, to reserve something, or leave, and then also the past tense, to be detained, okay, and also take care, be careful, suspend, that kind of thing, okay. Stay. So basically, you kind of stay with something. Why you take care of something? Use this to mean take care of something. That means when you take care of something, you have to keep your attention on this manner, right? So that means your attention is stay. Okay. This is Liu. For example, 流星 is be careful. Okay. So this is Liu. So this one looks like there's a field on the bottom, and there's a Mao. Okay, on the top, this character is Mao. Mao means morning. That means morning. It looks like a window frame, like two I don't know how you call that, to the two windows sections, right? When you open up, it looks like that. So maybe because when you morning, the Chinese actually likes to open a window when they get up. That's usually the first thing they do, okay, to let the fresh air in. And so this is probably means like you are in the field from the very early in the morning and stay in work. So that's why how they use this character to mean stay at the same place. Liu. Xi. Xi means crack, or means some kind of loophole. From the loophole, that means opportunity, okay? And also from the crack, that means anything that's any interval, okay? In the interval, rift or fault. Okay, so any break, any break. Well, the break means a lot of things, right? It could mean opportunity. It could mean simply just a crack or gap. It could mean some kind of interval, okay, right? So let's look at this character. So this one, original meaning is crack of a wall. Crack of a wall, okay? So if you look at the 经文, see this guy, right? In the middle, there's a sun, and on the top and on the bottom, right? And it looks like a ray of light. So basically means that you have a hole in the wall, and the sunlight comes in and the sunlight come out. Okay, so they use this to mean that a crack. On the left hand side, so this part of character that basically to mean anything like walls or buildings or amount of dirt, things like that. 系, okay. 嫌, 嫌 means suspicion, some kind of taboo that you can't talk about, or from that you further to mean dislike, okay, discuss, you discuss about it, and you have some kind of ill will towards somebody, a grudge against somebody, or hate something, okay, this is called a 嫌. And so okay, so this is let's see, this is on the left hand side is a woman kneeling down, and then on the right hand side looks like somebody is holding something. The right hand side character is called 尖, which means doubling up. So the original meaning of this is like, this is also prejudice, right? They're saying like woman is more susceptible to doubting or suspicious about something, okay? They're more sensitive on that. And, as the double chances of suspicious about something. So this is 嫌. 沥. 沥 means drip and trickle, drip, ooze out. So sprinkle means that anything that is getting some kind of juice or water to drip little by little, and so from that, and they further extend to mean use up or exhaust. Okay, use up, exhaust. This is called a 沥. 沥 basically is getting some fluid off. So and this is left hand side is water, and the right hand side is the character 沥 to mean its sound. Okay, and also this 沥 has a meaning of little by little, gradually. Okay, step by step has that meaning. So together it means the water is dripping little by little, step by step, and getting all out. Okay, so this is 沥. 滤. 滤 means filter, strain. Okay, very simple. Filter some air or filter some water, fluid. Okay, so this one again is a 形声字. The left hand side is water, the right hand side is 绿, the character 绿, to mean it's to mean it's sound. But the character itself is means 绿 means like you're thinking really carefully, okay, about something. So and then this is also to mean like you are filtering something very carefully, right? Not letting anything that you don't want to go through. Oh, I'm passing. So 朦胧伎俩，人流细弦. Okay, so 朦胧伎俩, 朦胧, that means anything that is hazy, that is dim, that is not clear. So that means that the case is very confusing. Okay, you can't tell what is who is who and who did what. Okay, so that's 朦胧. 伎俩 means trick, right? So this is probably refer to the people in the case that they probably offer a lot of false information, a lot of confusing facts, and just try to muddy things up and not let the judge to know what was exactly going on. Okay, 人流细弦, that means still has some gap, some grudge against each other exist. There's still this kind of thing exists. So people are not happy. Okay, and the problem is not solved. Okay, so this is what this means. 粒律定着定. 殿. Okay, 殿 means shallow. 殿 originally means a shallow lake or some kind of sediment, some kind of thing that's they sink and stay on the bottom. Okay, this is called a 殿. And this is again is a 形声字. Okay, on left hand side it means water. The right hand side it represents the sound. It also help to tell its meaning. Okay, because this 定 on the right hand side has the meaning of like stable, quiet, and safe, that kind of meaning. So this means that the water is calm, stable, not floating, and of course also this kind of condition helps sedimentation, right? Helps to anything that just drop to the bottom and stay there. So this is called a 殿. 浊 means muddy. 浊 means muddy or turbid, dirty, vulgar, bad, worldly. Okay, so first character, first meaning is means dirty water. Okay, just muddy water. You can't see it clearly. Okay, so and then further to expand to mean vulgar, bad, or worldly. Okay, 浊. So this one, when you look at it, 浊 形声字. Okay, so left hand side is the water, right? And the right hand side is 数 to represent its sound. So 水这个 not clear. Okay. And so in the old text, this character also used to mean people's behavior is not moral. Okay, not proper. 这是浊. 昭 means bright, clear. So that's the opposite of 浊. Okay, 这是昭. This means obvious, means bright, means light, means that's very obvious, that's you can see clearly. That means 招. So again, this is 形声字. On the left hand side, there's a sun. So this thing is under the sun. Everything you can see it clearly. And the right hand side is the character 招. 招 means to mean its sound, but also help to mean to carry its meaning, because the 招 means it's you bring people over. Okay, this is what the 招, what this character 招 means on the right hand side. Okay, and so put together it means that it's right under the sun, and then you invite people over, you ask people over to see. So this is like everything's out in the open, everybody can see. So this is what this character means. Okay, 招 华 how many? Okay, 界限 华 华 Hua means paddle, row. Okay, row. And also means like pay. Paying somebody. Okay, you transfer some money. That's called. They use Hua also. Okay, and it also means a finger guessing game. Finger guessing game like this. This scissor paper rock thing, okay, kind of game. It's a drinking game. They use that, if you lose you gotta drink, okay. And also means like you cut surface open, is called a hua, okay. Or scratch or strike or scratch something, okay. Scratch the surface, you call hua. I think this is all this later like scratch surface kind of things is coming from the rolling the boat, like because it's the same motion. Okay. So this is called a hua, and the second pronunciation is called hua. Okay, hua. Hua means divide. Hua means divide and assign, or transfer, or plan, draw, or mark, mark something. They call it 画个记号. Okay, delineate. Okay, and so basically this is like you are dividing things up and to organize. Okay, so this is a second meaning when you pronounce it as 画, like 计划. 计划 means plan. Okay, so 计 literally 计 means you're counting, right? 画 means you are open, you're dividing, okay, and then categorizing them. So 计 means you're counting them, you categorizing, put together, make things put where they belong to. So this is called plan, 计划. Okay, 画. Next one, 界. 界 means boundary. Oh, we didn't look at the character. Let's go back. So 画. So 画 means the original character is on the right hand side. There's a knife, right? Knife to use to cut things open. Okay, and left hand side. Left hand side is a character means 画. This 画 means a picture, means a drawing. Okay, means a drawing. So this is to mean that you use a knife to cut things in pieces and organizing them, and so this is 画. Then of course that's the original meaning, that on left hand side is a 画, is a picture. Okay, but later they simplify using a different character to mean to represent. I think this is simplified because of the 草书, because the very fast form of calligraphy. That's how the stroke looks like. That's probably why they become like this. Okay, 画界. 界 means boundary, a certain scope or extent, means field, circle, kingdom, group. So that means basically means a boundary. Okay, you divided something up and you define the boundary, you define the scope. Okay, so like 边界, right? 边界 means boundary. For example, 界墙, that means a wall that defines the boundary of two properties. Also means like in the field of career, like 各界, that means all the fields. 知識界, that means intellectual field of intellectuals. And 新闻界means that in the field of journalism. 教育界 means in the field of education, right? In the education industry, you can call that. And also like 植物界, 动物界, that means the kingdom of plants and kingdom of animals. Okay? So this is 界. 线. 线 means separate, cut off, or limit. Deadline. So currently they usually means limits or deadline or boundary or threshold, that kind of thing. Okay, for example, like 界限, right? 界, the last character and this character put together, called 界限. 界限 literally means boundaries, okay, or limits. 限度, that means that means limits. 权限, that means the limit of authority. Okay. 上限, 下限, that means the upper limit and the lower limit. Okay. So let's take a look at this character. The sentence 利率电灼, 利率电灼. So what this means is 力 means that you're dripping the water, right? And 滤 means you are filtering the water. 电 means you are let anything inside the water, the impure stuff, like they let them sink and stay and making a sediment at the bottom. Okay, and 浊 means unclean water. That means the unclean stuff inside the water. So put together 利率电浊, that means you're basically trying to like squeeze through the matter, let the fact come out little by little, right? And filtering any noises, right? Unrelated information out, right? And you let some significant fact to eventually to sediment, like to come out of this messy situation to make it obvious, right? So this is called 利率电浊. So basically it's describing a process of investigation. Okay. 昭化界限, that means they're opening up, dividing the matter, and to make it clear all these boundaries, all these limits. So that means that, okay, they are analyzed to figure out who did what, you did that, you didn't do that, that kind of thing, to make it very clear, right? So this is all talk about the process of detective work and making a judgment. Okay, so this is for today. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you. See you next time.